Hoorah!
Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to West Michigan Motorsports. And on today's episode, we're going to cover, let's see if I can get a project done less than 30 days from Trikefest. So, been pretty dang busy the past few months, been working on some stuff, have had no time to work on my upcoming project. Ever since last year, the whole ATC70 fad kind of boomed and everyone's been getting 70s and customizing them. Ever since I got my ATC70, that's been one of the main, like the first ideas that I had for this thing. Yes, me and my daughter share it. She's still gonna be able to ride it, but let me talk about what I wanna do. So here, we have my 1985 Honda ATC70. Picked it up last September. It is now May of 2025. Picked it up for $1,200 locally. When I got it, it was pretty much 95% original. And why I say 95 is because it's got the changed chin front tire and a seat cover. I still have the handlebars for it. I still have their stock rear grab bar. As you can see, I changed those out. And it does have a carb kit from our sponsor, 223 Cycles. The ATD ATC rear cooler rack, wheelie bar. I know some people give hate about those, but it's fun to rip around. So shout out to our sponsors. Pretty much everything is mostly original on it. Down to the motor, starts pretty much first pull every time. Original tank, clean inside, some minimal dents, a little bit of wear on the paint. Looks like it came from Honda Village of Grand Rapids, Michigan. So you may be thinking, why the heck am I going to customize this really respectable, decent 8570? Since I got it, I've always had an itch to do something to it. If you guys remember back to when I had my CRF 110 pit bike, I matched that to look like my 350X. I really liked the design. I thought it was cool. This past spring, a few months ago, I parted ways with my pit bike. Did not ride it enough and wanted to put the money into other things. It's gonna go into that. And as I've already kind of gave the spoiler away, we are going to make a mini 350X out of my 70. For all you that are new to the channel and watching this video, this is my 1985 ATC350X. My favorite trike I've ever owned, my favorite model of Honda ATC. So yeah, so that's my plan, is to make a mini 350X in less than 30 days, because that's when Trikefest is gonna happen. I've been wrapped up in other projects that I have had no time to touch this, but I do have most of the parts here for this. It's gonna be a little bit of a different custom build than what most people do, and I'll go over that with all the parts. Alrighty, the 70 is up on the table, ready to be taken apart. Over here is all the parts for it. Now, this is not all the parts that I need for this build. I do have some parts coming in from Spanglers, and I'll kind of get onto that as I go through all these parts here. Now, there's probably gonna be some criticizing going on about how I'm doing this build. It's not gonna be perfect. For getting it ready for Trikefest, I'm just gonna kind of not go full extreme on making everything perfect right now. I'm in a big rush trying to get this thing done. So I'm gonna get it running and riding and looking semi-decent to what I want. And I'm thinking between Trikefest and Preston's event, Vintage Wheeler Palooza, that's when I'm gonna fine tune things and better looking. This is a little bit of a budget right now, just because of Trikefest coming up. In that case as well, this video is probably gonna come out right before Trikefest. Laurel, Indiana, Haspin Acres Off-Road Park. It's coming up really fast. It's gonna be another great year. It's probably gonna be, we'll see if it gets bigger than last year. Last year they had over 800 people there, few thousand three-wheelers. This year, which is pretty special for West Michigan Motorsports, is we are sponsoring the utility course race. Some details about the utility course race. It was a brand new event as of last year, and it was a big hit. and they're continuing on to do the event. It's gonna be Thursday night at 10 p.m. And yes, that's right. They're doing night events this year because it's so freaking hot during the day. Last year it was hot, and years before then. So they're doing some nighttime races this year, which is gonna be pretty cool. So the utility course race is at 10 p.m. on Thursday night. To sign up for that race is going to be at the main Trikefest booth where Scott Talbot, Ryan Mallon hang out, kind of by the pavilion area. Sign up for all races will be Thursday morning. If you are running late to the sign-ups or forget to do it, come find me at Trikefest and I'll sign you guys up. Lots of excitement for that event. It's gonna be really fun. All right, and back to the project that I should have started a long time ago. We'll start off with the powerhouse, the motor. So this is Andy Drew's old 90cc Piranha engine. Used to be in his ATC70. He upgraded to a 140. What I'm planning on doing with this is, like I said, I'm gonna make it look close as I can to a 350X. Everyone's got their different ways, like customized to make it look like another trike or based off a different design, mini 250R and such. So on the 350Xs, the motor is black, and like the cooling fins there are shaved to the bare aluminum there. That's my plan with this motor. As far as how I'm gonna start it, because this is just a base model Piranha motor, so it's not made for electric start, it's not made for a recoil, it just has the Kickstarter. So if you guys don't know, if you have a Piranha motor and an ATC70, it's pretty much near impossible to kickstart it unless you have wheel spacers or extended hubs or extended axle, and it won't clear the fenders. So there is options, like I said, with the hubs and axle, but also you can get a fender flip-up kit. So I have a recoil spacer kit coming from Spanglers, so I can use my stock ATC70 recoil cover. So once I put that spacer onto the Piranha, I'll be able to use this recoil. So what's nice is a lot of these parts I can reuse and use onto the new build. Okay, on to more things. Again, to Blue Line Graphics, I got some decals here, and it's kind of like a mix of different style decals. So these are just the stock 350X decals for the rear fenders that go right here on the sides if you're doing a Mini X build. So these are tank decals. They're supposed to go in the gas tank. They're smaller than the regular 350X style. This is the frame tag sticker for my ATC70, and as you guys may already know, you can put the build date of your machine on there to make it correct on the machine. Most sticker companies, you cannot do that, but Blue Line Graphics, you can. And these 4 stickers here are actually for a 350X, but I'm making a Mini X, so I'm gonna add those little details to it. This one back here, this is part of like the Mini X stuff that Bruce has. And these are designed for the old Lone Star rear fenders. But that's its only option that has if you're making a Mini X. Well, over here, I have some new fenders for it. And these are the Mini 350X or Mini X Wicked Fab fenders. The difference between these ones compared to Meyer or stock is these are actually made out of fiberglass. Wicked Fab is the only company that makes Mini X fenders for ATC70. They're pretty much about the same price as what you can get from Meyer's. Comes with instructions and the 2 bolts to mount the front fenders, because just like Meyer as well, depending on what fork style you're using, if you're doing inverted forks or the stock forks, you gotta kind of mock it up and drill the holes through this little plate right here, the bottom of the tree, I guess you consider it, to mount the front fenders on there. Like I said, these are made for the old style Lone Star fenders that they used to make Mini X fenders for. It's a different shape compared to the Wicked Fabs. I already was talking to Bruce about it, and he's like, hey, just so you know, they're for the Lone Stars. I'm like, yep, I know, but I think I'm gonna try to make them work on these ones, and I'm gonna make them work for Trikefest. But when I see Bruce at Preston's event this year, Bruce is gonna measure the back of these up, and he's gonna come out with the Mini X style sticker for the mud flap for these fenders. Okay, I'm jabbering too much. Here we go. Electrical stuff. I'm running the stock forks on it, and usually if you run inverted forks or suspended forks, you can mount a 250R or a 350X headlight on the front a lot easier than stock. I'm gonna try to somewhat figure out how I want to mount, or figure out how I'm gonna mount these up to the 70. It's gonna look kind of goofy with the forks kind of getting skinny up top there, but I'm gonna try to figure something out. I'll do like the 300 4-track headlights like I have in my 350X. This is a custom 3D printed handlebar covers by Beau Squire. He's on the Honda ATC70 page as well on Facebook. Hit him up if you guys want one. Really cool design, especially if you want to put your key. So you do have the option to buy this bar cover without the key or with the key. The key that he sends does work on Piranha motors, like if you have electric start and whatnot. This key switch I actually have is off of I want to say a 300EX, because originally what I was planning on doing with the 70, doing some customization to it, as you know, it being stock, and I was just gonna wire the two wires here, the red and black, to the kill switch of the 70, because having a key is kind of cool, especially if my daughter rides it. You know, she can shut it off and make sure it's off and whatnot. So I am going to be mounting this. This is an aftermarket Amazon 350X handlebar switch. Eventually, maybe I'll wire the kill switch and the headlights to this. What I'm going to do for now is just put on the handlebars for looks. This cool custom bar pad from Three Wheeler Killer. Pretty sure I follow him on Instagram, and he makes some cool custom stuff. So I'm getting rid of the stupid Pro Taper bar pad. I'm gonna put this cool red and black one on. ATD ATC desert style rear grab bar for a 70. We got some new tires and a wheel for this sucker. My other plan is, once I get everything mocked up and whatnot, I'm gonna get it down to just the frame, get the frame powder coated red, like the 350X. This is kind of a budget build, so I didn't want to spend too much on the tires and wheels right now. The tires and wheels that I want right now are the Maxxis style ones that kind of look like this design, but apparently there must be a big shortage on them. I actually found these on eBay, and these are Duro DIK785s. So I just have two rears. And I was like, okay, well, they're the stock, almost the stock size. These are 18 by 8 by 7s. The stock tire size is actually, I believe, 16 by 8 by 7. So a little bit bigger in size. Here's why I got them. Look at the tread pattern. It's kind of funny because it looks pretty dang close to a stock 350X tire pattern, huh? That gives me the ability to use the stock rear rims, and I'm gonna get these powder coated close as my powder coat guy can to polished aluminum, and mount those rear tires on. As for the front, DWT 8x6 rim and the Maxxis M939, which is the 18 by 7 tires. The custom thing that I'm gonna be doing to this that not a lot of people do is the gas tank setup. So I'm not running the stock tank. I'm not doing a bubble tank. I'm not doing an ape tank on it like what most people do. I want this thing to look like a 350X. So here's my plan. This kit right here, this tank, this seat, and fenders here are all made for a CRF50 or XR50. You can get that whole entire kit brand new aftermarket for like 85 bucks on eBay. What's nice is You got a plastic tank. Don't have to worry about rot or anything like that. So my first step into this project is I'm going to take this stock tank off. I'm going to shelf the tank and the motor, except for the recoil. And I'm going to mount this gas tank onto here and figure out how exactly I'm going to mount it on here. See, here is like the front tank shrouds for this gas tank. When it's mounted, it basically has tank scoops on here. Kind of like that, right? And one more thing. What's nice about doing this customization to the 70 is I'm going to be keeping the stock fenders, the stock tank, the motor, the seat, one front wheel and tire, and exhaust and such. So relatively, I'll have parts set aside if I want to make another ATC70 someday. All right, so I think I figured out what I gotta do. I can probably get away with keeping the seat like that and maybe just putting a few washers or something underneath for this stud bracket and shave the seat pan down a little bit. Okay, before I get any further, I'm going to take apart the motor a little bit, cap some things off, and get it cleaned up and washed. So then it's gonna be dry and I can get the stuff painted. Okay, next day update. Got the Piranha all washed up. Doesn't really look like compared to what it used to, but I took some engine degreaser to the hose, cleaned up a lot of the gunk and stuff that was on it. A special box came in today. What could this be? Honda ATC70.com. Ooh. I cannot wait to put this sucker on and see how it sounds. Andy Drew, welcome.
Hello.
Hey, man, this doesn't look like your 70. You done some mods, didn't you? Mm-hmm. The Andrew's repping our boy Dan Southern Off-Road hat.
Oh, yeah.
Tell me, so this past winter, you did the 140 swap.
Yep, did that before tip up down.
Yep. And added some stickers to it.
Yep.
But this looks a little different. Holy crap, you did some front suspension work, huh?
Yeah, and it's got a whole 5 minutes of riding before it broke. I just got my new clutch cable in, so we're going to be swapping that.
So I believe this is Hostile Racing.
It is, yes.
I forgot the guy's name he's on the ATC70 pages. This is like, most of the people, there's a few guys out there that sell the inverted fork setups for ATC70s. Most of them are cost between like $600 to $800. This is like the $475 kit.
Yeah, it's $505 shipping.
$505 shipping to Michigan.
Not bad.
Not bad at all, no. And
in a couple days.
How was the install?
I think, well, I was a little dumb on one part, but I'd say if you could do it in 45 minutes, not even.
Yeah.
30 minutes.
Yeah.
I was trying to get my old bearings out, and that was the pain I was having.
And you did new bearings?
Yep, it comes with them.
It comes with bearings,
Comes
nice.
with the
steering net bearings.
Because I believe that it's 2 different sizes, if
Gotcha.
I remember right. Comes with everything you need. Put the stock wheel and hub on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and so far it's great. I mean, only like 5 minutes of riding. Nick rode it around.
Yeah.
It's crazy different.
Right. You got the 8-inch wheels in the back with these tires. And you've always ran the stock wheel in the front with that small knobby. So it was always leaning forward. But with the front suspension, it literally picks it up a lot, it makes it pretty much level. What do you, what's that?
You know,
Is that an 8x6 wheel?
it is.
Yeah, so that's the same one I got over there for my 70 as well.
You know, I didn't go too bougie. I was thinking about going some beadlocks, make it look good, but I'm like, these look good.
They'll match the rears a little bit, but hey, wait, whoa. Hoosiers?
A little front Hoosier setup.
Bro, it's looking a little bare in the front. So what are you gonna do in the front? Whoa.
86.
86 style?
Yeah.
So that's the 86 style Meyer headlight shroud with the LED lights. So did you buy that whole kit or did you install the light?
Nope. So this, I just bought the shroud, and then I bought I can't remember what this is called on Amazon. It's basically like a red-eye motorcycle 4x6
Yep.
headlight. It's like $35. And I saw some other guy had it, and I'm like, I'm gonna try it out. I do have to get an adapter so I don't have to cut all of this up and try to customize it. I think it'd just be easier to get a adapter for it.
You just made the brackets to hold the light in there.
I did that like an hour ago. It's a little custom. I'd probably take them back off and make them a little bit nicer.
Honestly, well, it doesn't matter if it's nice, if it works.
No, it'll be like hidden, but I think I gotta tighten it up a little bit. It holds.
Yeah.
I think I just gotta do a little bit
You just
more.
basically got it sandwiched in there.
Yeah, that's what the other guys were doing too.
If it works, I think run it. Stats update. Looking freaking minty. Now he's mounting the desert style ATD ATC rear grab bar.
Oh, yeah.
If you guys want one, go to atdatc.com and put in the code ATD Hoorah to get 8% off your order. Andrew, this thing looks sick.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy with it.
Mm-hmm.
Just gotta wire up the headlight once I get the adapter and then.
Love it, dude. Badass. It's not gonna be nothing compared to my budget build. It looks freaking sick. Alrighty, a little bit of a barn night. Starting to do a few things in the 70. Wait for the frame and stuff to come back from Power Coat. Hey, what the? Y'all know what that is? What is the big red doing here? Surprise, surprise. She's coming to Trikefest. Hell yeah, brother. So, I just went out this past weekend. It's Memorial Day weekend right now. Made the trip up north, got to visit Pops, and asked if I could bring the big red to Trikefest. Said sure. So, here it is. Brought it back home, just gave it a nice little bath, cleaned her up. I'm gonna be bringing 3 trikes to Trikefest rather than 1 like last year. I had my 350X and my pit bike last year, and it wasn't enough. So I'm bringing 3 of them this year, which is gonna be pretty sweet. Alrighty, I just got done painting the motor. It turned out freaking excellent. Not fully done yet. I still need to take all the bolts out when it's dry, clean them up, make them shiny, the bolt head shiny again, and also sand the fins on the edge, but whew, looking pretty sweet. I like it. Let's see, I got some new spark plugs, some new brake shoes in there, clean the 350X air filters for Trikefest. And what are these? So, my original plan was just to paint the forks cast aluminum or silver, whatever you want to consider it, and leave it as that. But, you know, the look of a 350X with the blue fork boots, but unfortunately I couldn't find any fork boots that were around that size until I discovered these. These are actually fork boots, brand new Honda fork boots, I believe, for a Honda Cub. I got this for $40, brand new. And I looked at the fork size, I mean, those forks look, you know, kind of small. So here is the ultimate test to see what they're gonna look like. As a mock-up, I did have to cut some of the top part of the boot away because actually this part of it is a little too small to fit around this part of the fork and even to get onto the bottom here. But it's a nice snug fit on the top, so I can put a zip tie there to make it look like a 350X. been a pretty big struggle working on the 70. It's Saturday the 7th, cutting it very close to Trikefest. It's still not running. But due to my dumbass and rushing through, not thinking clearly, figured out why it's not running. So here's the status of the 70 as of right now. Yeah, why is the motor cover off and the stator's out? Well, been having a big issue on trying to get spark on this thing. I've had no spark for 3 days now. Been trying to diagnose everything. Again, I've been working late nights in this thing trying to get it done. Not thinking clear enough of why it's not getting spark. I've traced everything, hooked the multimeter to everything, testing the coil. I even bought a new coil and a new CDI just to try to figure out what the heck is going on with this thing. Well, after doing some testing, figured out there was no power coming out the stator from the motor. So I'm like, well, why is that? When Andrew had this motor, it ran perfectly fine. I'm like, well, so I took the stator off, or I took the cover off. I took the flywheel off to access the stator. So here's gonna be a good tip for you guys if you are doing the recoil conversion and having to drill and tap the recoil cage onto the flywheel. Spangler says it, everyone else says it, it's in instructions. You need to take the flywheel off. Why do you have to take the flywheel off? Well, you have to drill and tap into the flywheel for the recoil cage to go on there. If the flywheel is mounted on the motor, you have a chance of drilling into the stator. Guess what happened? There's one little spot. Ooh, yeah, that's not good. So that's what happened. Yeah, don't be a dummy like me. Be smart. Take your flywheel off when you have to drill and tap it to do that mod. For this being a China motor, a lot of parts from different China brands work. And I guess you want to consider a sponsor, Amazon. Got a new stator right there. Same exact 6 coil, 5 wire stator. Looks exactly like the one I have. So if you're ordering new parts, pay attention to what you need to get, because you have to look at the fine details of the pictures. I know sometimes if you order things, the pictures are different to what you get. What the heck kind of bug is that? Got you. Okay. So, replace the stator. And I got spark again. But I lost spark again after that. Figured out that you gotta be careful when you're testing with the multimeter, sticking the prongs into this plug here coming from the main engine harness, and the tabs in there were pushed in too much, so I had to take a pick and pull the tabs out a little bit, and got spark again. So air filter's back on, everything's plugged in. Let's see if she starts. Cheers. Kill switch hooked up, so we got full choking. Well, I'll call that a success. 3 days of battling this thing, not getting any spark. Finally figured it out. My dummy mistakes. She's ready to rip, boys. Woo! quick break in the video to talk about our new sponsor, Outlawed Three-Wheelers. My buddy Nathan owns and runs the website. He's got a bunch of different merchandise on there. Stuff like hats, t-shirts, flags, stickers, you name it, for all you trike enthusiasts out there. And they even have state branded merchandise. Yes, that's right. You can see here I have a t-shirt and a hat with the Outlawed Three-Wheelers logo on it and the state of Michigan design right behind it. It even has the state flag on the sleeve. You can pick from all different 50 states, whatever brand of merchandise is available for that. So if you yourself want any of this cool swag, go ahead and do yourselves a favor and go to outlawedthrillers.com. You can also find them on Facebook and Instagram. Thank you very much, Nathan. Glad you're partnering up with us and becoming one of our sponsors. Hoorah!
He is exactly like you in every way. Except 1/8 your size.
I shall call him Mini-Me.
I present the Mini X. Thank you to everyone that helped with this build. It turned out pretty good. Better than what I expected. Definitely be swapping the seat over. The seat's really stiff. Not too thrilled about it. As you can see, it's leaking a little gas. I think the float's sticking a little bit. Let's turn that off. Yeah, I'm pretty pleased with how it turned out. It's a Mini 350X. You know, down the road, we'll do some more upgrades to it, you know, get a front suspension on it. Better sooner than later, a better seat, different rear wheels and tires. I'm happy it got done. I was really worrying about this thing getting done the day before Trikefest. Today is Monday, June 9th. Trikefest is next week. Early bird events start Wednesday, main events start Thursday. A lot of people are heading down early, a lot of people are heading down Saturday, Sunday. I'll be down there Monday morning, so if you see me, come say hi. Don't have a lot of merch for you guys. I have a bunch of stickers to give out. I have a few banners that we'll have for door prizes. And if you want to see what it takes on a utility course, Thursday at 10 p.m. is the utility course race. We're sponsoring it. It's gonna be a wild time. Hope you guys come to that event. Hope you guys sign up for that event. It's gonna be a blast. Cannot wait. So thank you to all our sponsors. Thank you to everyone for watching this. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Check us out on Instagram and Facebook as well. Big shout out to everyone that helped with this build. I'm pretty pleased. I'm Slick. Thank you for watching West Michigan Motorsports. We'll see you later.